What if the phone everyone thought they already knew still had a few secrets up its sleeve? The Galaxy S25 FE might look familiar at first glance, but the leaks show just enough changes to make you stop and think, wait, did Samsung just sneak in a flagship experience at a mid-range price again? That's where things get interesting, because this phone could be the surprise hit that steals attention from its more expensive siblings. Welcome back, viewers. Sam here. Make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more updates that go deeper than the headlines. Now, let's break down why the Galaxy S25 FE is shaping up to be one of Samsung's most underestimated moves in 2025. At first glance, you might say, yep, that's a Galaxy. Flat display, slim bezels, polished metal frame, and 3 camera rings sitting neatly on the back. But the closer you look, the more subtle tweaks you start to notice. The S25 FE trims down in weight compared to its predecessor, landing at just about 190 grams, which makes a difference when you're holding it for hours. Pair that with a slimmer body, and you get a phone that feels balanced, premium but not oversized. And then there's the screen. A 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X panel with full HD resolution, a silky 20Hz refresh rate. On paper, sure, those specs sound familiar, but in practice, they mean scrolling feels buttery smooth, animations flow without stutter, and every YouTube binge session or late-night Netflix stream pops with color and contrast. Samsung has been perfecting these panels for years, and even though this isn't the Ultra, you'd be hard-pressed to tell the difference in daily use. But hold up, the real debate sparks when you peek inside. Fans were hoping for Samsung's full Exynos 2400 chip for that next-gen performance leap. Instead, leaks point to the Exynos 2400E, the same processor used in last year's S24 FE. Now, depending on how you look at it, that's either Samsung playing it safe or Samsung being smart. Hardcore performance lovers might sigh at the lack of a new chip. But here's the twist. The 2400E is still a powerhouse for what this phone is meant to be. It'll breeze through gaming, editing, multitasking, and day-to-day use without breaking a sweat. And remember, this isn't just about raw power. Pairing that chip with Android 16 and Samsung's One UI 8 means the S25 FE gets the same software experience as the top-tier S25 Ultra. Smooth updates, optimized AI features, and 7 years of promised security patches, something mid-range competitors rarely offer. Speaking of AI, this is where things get really fun. The S25 FE isn't just another mid-range phone, it's stepping into the AI era. Samsung's new Galaxy AI features, real-time translation, smart photo editing, and AI-powered search aren't being held back for the Ultra alone. Leaks suggest the FE will get most of these features too. Imagine pulling out a phone that costs hundreds less than the flagship, but still flexes the same futuristic AI tools in your pocket. That's the kind of trick Samsung knows how to play. Now let's talk cameras, because this is where the FE lineup often wins people over. A 50-megapixel main sensor with OIS means sharp, stable shots even at night. The 12-megapixel ultra-wide is perfect for capturing group shots or landscapes, while the 8-megapixel telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom ensures you're not just relying on digital crop. And here's a surprise, all cameras support 4K at 60 fps, and the main sensor can even hit 8K at 30 fps. Think about that for a second. 8K video capture on a phone that's not even positioned as the top model. For vloggers, casual creators, or anyone who just wants high-quality footage on the go, this is a big win. And if selfies matter, and let's be real, they do. The 12-megapixel front camera is no slouch. With support for 4K video, it's tailor-made for TikTok creators, Zoom calls, and anyone who cares about looking sharp on camera. But what about endurance? That's where the 4900 mAh battery comes in, paired with 45W fast wired charging and 50W wireless charging. You're looking at a phone that can easily push through a full day of heavy use and still have juice left at night. And when it's time to recharge, you won't be stuck waiting around. Compare that to some competitors still hovering around 25W, and you'll see why this feels like Samsung quietly flexing in the mid-range. Alright, let's shift gears for a second. Colors. This is the part where opinions are split. The leaks suggest 4 shades: black, navy, icy blue, and white. Some people will call that sleek, professional, and premium. Others will say boring. Gone are the playful hues like mint or yellow that Samsung once threw into the mix. Instead, they're clearly aiming for timeless appeal. The silver aluminum sides tie it all together, giving every color a uniform polished vibe. Whether that's a win or a missed opportunity really depends on your style. But one thing's certain, Samsung is taking the safe road here, and safe isn't always bad. Price, though, that's where it gets spicy. Early whispers point to around $679 in Europe, or roughly $649 in the US. That's hundreds less than the S25 Plus, while still giving you nearly the same screen size, a triple camera setup, wireless charging, IP67 water resistance, stereo speakers, and premium build quality. If Samsung nails the pricing in more markets, this could undercut rivals like Google's Pixel 9 Pro, Apple's iPhone 16, and OnePlus's budget flagship killers. And that's where the FE could quietly steal the show. But here's the cliffhanger question. Will Samsung's strategy work? On one hand, the Galaxy S25 FE looks like the perfect balance of premium design, solid performance, and long-term software support. On the other, some fans might argue Samsung isn't pushing hard enough. No bold colors, no brand new chip, familiar specs with a polished finish. Safe, yes! But maybe safe is exactly what people want in a phone they'll use for years. And that's the bigger story here. The S25 FE might not be about dazzling specs on paper. It might be about trust. Trust that your phone will look good, run smoothly, last all day, take great photos, and stay updated for nearly a decade. In a world where flashy flagships sometimes push boundaries just for bragging rights, the FE feels like Samsung quietly saying, here's the phone most people actually need. So here's the real question for you. Does the Galaxy S25 FE excite you, or do you feel like Samsung played it too safe this time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this phone could spark more debate than the Ultra when it finally launches.